we think if you look at the 5 platforms and the 14 technologies, you have to go back to the early 1900s to see anything remotely resembling it. Back then, 3 major platforms: telephone, electricity, automobile. Today, 5, involving 14 technologies. And the convergence between and among these technologies, we think, is going to cause explosive growth. Explosive. What we believe is happening is 3 different revolutions. One is a money revolution, one is a financial revolution, and one is a next-gen internet revolution. The last one would be what people are calling the metaverse. So the money revolution is what I mentioned earlier. We think that very few currencies will be playing in that particular game. Bitcoin and Ether are the 2. Bitcoin more dominant from a money point of view. And again, each one of these words is extremely important. It is the first, global, big important word, private, digital, rules-based monetary system ever. Now, Art collaborated with us on our first white paper in 2015. And he tore the first paper we wrote up, as a good professor would. And we learned a lot more about this monetary system from that exercise. But the aha moment for me was when Art said, hey, this is what I've been looking for ever since the end of the gold exchange standard in 1971. And I said, okay, well, how big could this be? And at that time, we were looking at $6 billion in the equivalent of market cap or network value, so $250. He said, well, how big is the US monetary base? This could become the reserve currency of the crypto asset world. And at that time, it was $4.5 trillion. Now it's $8 trillion. Bitcoin today is in the $750 to $800 billion dollar mark, so 1/10 of that. And we see El Salvador adopting it. We see black markets in Turkey and many other countries, because these people know what can happen with fiscal and monetary policies gone awry or with corrupt regimes. So that's Bitcoin and Ether. The financial revolution is DeFi, and really just taking all the middlemen out of the financial ecosystem. A real threat to all of us. I mean, we're trying to, we know that the combination of digital wallets and DeFi is going to hollow out a lot of financial institutions. May already be, because a lot of lending and saving is taking place on DeFi because it offers lower loan rates and higher saving rates. So that's a compelling combination. So we think DeFi it is scaling enormously right now. And I think we've had very good tests. May of last year, we had Bitcoin cut in half, Ether cut by more than half. I was waiting for the leverage in the DeFi system to topple it, and it didn't. And whatever makes these networks, whatever doesn't kill them, is making them stronger. Anti-fragile is a word often used. And then the third bucket here is the next-gen internet revolution. And this is where effectively, longer term, we will take power away from the data aggregators who've enjoyed thus far on first generation internet the spoils. So that would be Google and Amazon and Facebook. As the consumer takes control of his and her data, and especially in the healthcare arena, we think there's going to be really interesting and creative solutions coming out of the convergence of blockchain technology and artificial intelligence, and the explosion in healthcare data that we are seeing now, now that we can sequence each genome for $500. So those are the three ways, and of course NFTs belong in that world, and the creator economy will be turbocharged, creators being rewarded for their creations. And fascinating in the art and the music world to see how art pixels are being sold and then pictures reconstituted, but the initial artist, the original artist, getting a royalty for all of that. So it's pretty interesting.